This week on ETalk, a panel of Elon students discuss Elon's new housing plan and its implications. We look back at our favorite off-year moments. ETalkers share their favorite recipes for blending their way to a healthy breakfast. And two special guests from the Office of Sustainability join us. All that and more, starting right now. Hey everyone, welcome to ETalk, where we bring you everything from LA to Elon. I'm Virginia, here with my fellow co-hosts, Carrie and Emily. Filling in for Jordan this week is our special guest, Audrey. So glad to have you with us here, Audrey. So this week we asked our fans their opinion on Jimmy Fallon taking over the Tonight Show. Huge deal. Take a look.
Well, Jimmy Fallon's new show is great. It's good for, I think, our demographic to have a younger guy on a late night show. And I think Jimmy Fallon, with the roots, the band that he has, the in-house band, it's just fantastic. He has a lot of fun. I saw the lip sync battles recently where he brought in some celebrities and they lip sync their favorite songs. It's just an awesome show. I give it a 9 on a 1 to 10 scale.
So now that we've heard from our fans, how did you guys think Jimmy Fallon's debut went?
I loved it. I actually stayed up for it on Monday night when it aired. I usually don't watch it, but there was so much hype around it, and everyone was really excited. And you know what's really interesting is he's so young. He's in his late 30s, I think. Late 30s. And I think it was very impressive. I loved when he brought out the line of celebrities that just kept coming and putting things on his desk. I loved it. And he's very relatable. He's very normal. He's from Saugerties in New York, so I personally thought it was really good.
I agree with you. I don't usually watch, but because it was so hyped up, I was like, you know, I have to see what's going on. So I probably will continue to watch because it was really good.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to bring a whole new face. I mean, they went from Johnny Carson, like my parents, Eric grew up with Johnny Carson, and we grew up with Jay Leno, and I'm really excited to see what Jimmy Fallon can bring to like the show. And like, I think the generation will grow up with like a really good host and he'll bring a lot of good new things to the table as well.
Yeah, and he's so young, and this isn't just a big time in his career with the show, but he has a new baby who's 6 months old, and word on the street is that his wife is pregnant again.
Oh,
so
really?
39 is a great year for him. Well, speaking of other couples who are in the limelight, this week Robin Thicke and Paula Patton have come out with their split, which is very sad because they have been together for 20 years and they've been married for 9 years, which is really sad. And another couple that recently broke up was Katy Perry and John Mayer, who a lot of people were rooting for. And it's so sad that all of these, in 1 week we hear about all these couples. But on the flip side, Tom Brady and Giselle are celebrating their 5-year anniversary. Yeah. So it's kind of like, what do you guys think causes one of these Hollywood relationships to be make or break?
I mean, Giselle and Tom are celebrating their 5-year, but 5 years is not that much.
Right.
And in 5 years, I don't know that they're not going to be divorced. Like,
that's true.
I mean, we see divorce all the time. You know, Robin Thicke can't say I'm surprised. I don't think it's sad. He seemed like a womanizer. I didn't like it at all. But honestly, marriages.
Like he brought it on himself.
He did. And celebrity marriages, I think a lot of it is give and take. And if you look at Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck, I think that's the perfect example because it kind of is, you know, he'll work, she'll watch the kids. She'll work, he'll watch the kids, you know, and it's a good balance,
Right, and I agree with that, and I think that it's interesting because as actors, you kind of expect, okay, you know what, there might be a little bit more of a racy movie scene, you're kind of expecting that, but then with the performance of Robin Thicke, Miley, I feel like that was really kind of unexpected, especially from his wife's perspective. Like, honestly, if I were in her situation, like, I would have left him. Right, exactly.
2 weeks before.
It was weird.
That's a great example of Ben and Jennifer because they're both such big stars.
They are.
But you never see them, you know, publicizing their marriage, which is very interesting. Whereas someone like Katy Perry and John Mayer are in the tabloids every single week about their dating life. So I think maybe keeping it hidden is
on the deal.
Definitely
for sure.
Well, talking about tabloids, there was an interesting mix-up recently. Brooke Burke was taken off of Dancing with the Stars and was replaced with Erin Andrews, who is a sporting anchor. So how do you guys feel about that? Do you think she's really in the right place, being a host?
I mean, I always think change is good. I'm all about switching it up, having a new host. However, I am a little sad to hear that Brooke was apparently a little blindsided by the situation because that's not really fair. She's been a dedicated member for a long time, so she should have kind of been in on it, and I think the change hopefully will be good for the show, but you never know.
Yeah. And I think Erin has a lot of experience in the field other than just sports. I've seen her fill in for Kelly on Live with Kelly and Michael, so she does have experience hosting on a multitude of platforms. So I think this is a great platform for her.
I hate it personally. I hate it. You know, why is she on here? Why is she hosting? She is a sports person. you know, when she got a lot of rap for even being on Dancing with the Stars. So, you know, why is she going to go back into the fire and host it?
Yeah,
and to me, it's bring on a fresh face. Bring on someone who's been working on E-News or Inside Edition that really wants that entertainment host.
Stuff about dance.
Exactly.
Dancing is a sport.
And I mean, sure, dance is a sport, but I don't see Aaron on the sidelines of a dance competition. That's for
true,
sure.
that's true.
So I personally don't get it, and honestly, it makes me not want to watch.
Yeah.
So
I would like to see Jennifer Lopez or maybe Paula Abdul, you know,
Yeah,
good
right.
choreographers in
A
the
choreographer,
seats.
yeah.
even like Juliana
But
Rancic.
they have their American Idol
Something,
pass. Well, speaking of other sports kind of celebrities, Gracie Gold, you know, the skater from the recent Olympics, was just recently asked to prom by a young boy around her age, a little younger, to her high school prom. And you know, this has been happening a lot. We've seen it with Kate Upton, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, where, you know, people get asked via YouTube or Twitter. How do you guys feel about this? Are they overdoing it? And who would you guys take?
Well, I think the first time that this was done, it was cute and innovative and like, oh, wow, hopefully that celebrity would go. And I feel like this happens all the time now. So it's like, let's not give them any more attention. Like, I doubt the celebrities care about this anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it is a little overdone. But you know what? When I was in high school, around the time of prom, I loved Gossip Girl. That was like the thing.
Oh
so
my
Nate
gosh,
Archibald would have been my
Chase
perfect.
Crawford, me too.
Yes,
Love him.
That's so cute.
I personally love it. I think it gives a celebrity a good name. I like watching celebrities kind of do like a feel good and like come like on a personal level and kind of take themselves off of the high horse and like be human. And so I kind of like to see them make someone's
true.
dream come true. And I mean, I would have loved, I mean, I have this weird obsession with Oliver and James Phelps from Harry Potter.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know if they came to prom with me when I was in high school. I would have loved that and I would have felt on top of the world. So I think it's great.
I like it and I don't. I think I don't like it because I'm jealous and that I didn't think of that. And I'm like, I'm a creative person. I should have asked someone to prom.
Right.
But I personally would have asked, if you've seen last week's episode, Gus Kensworthy from the Olympics. He's a skier.
Yes,
He's
very attractive,
cute.
good-looking guy.
But I would ask him out in a heartbeat through social media. You know. But so Gracie Gold, she's only she's in her 16s.
Yeah, she's
young,
teens.
so
Yeah,
that's
she's
kind of
very
normal. But she has a lot of years ahead of her. And switching topics, recently on the Today Show, there was a study that the 27 is the prime age in someone's youth. So how do you guys feel about that? Do you think 27 really is the age that you blossom, that everything good happens, or are we in our prime right now in college, you know?
I think it's a little hard to tell because we're not there yet. Right now, I mean, I think I'm doing pretty well. I'm enjoying everything, but there's obviously great more things to come. And I think around 27, you know, you hopefully have a career, you might might be married, you know, you're kind of really starting to see all aspects of life, essentially. So it could, I can see how it's the peak, but I don't know, I still, you can have a range of
on
peaks.
you, though.
Yeah, it kind of
pressure on
is. A set
us.
number is hard, right.
Yeah, a set number I don't think is fair at all, especially since each stage of life brings its own challenges and its own benefits. And you gain, I think, even with like self-confidence is something that you gain and have a peak maybe at the end of your life, you know? So I don't know, I don't think it's fair to put a number on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good age just because everything's going good for you. But I don't know, I think maybe retirement would be a good
I totally agree.
We'll have to see how that turns out for everyone. Well, up next, Audrey and I speak with some Elon students about the university's new housing plan and what that will mean for the past, present, and future students.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
Welcome back. As many of you have heard, Elon Residence Life is planning on some drastic housing changes for this upcoming year, starting in the fall. Here we have a rising senior, junior, and sophomore. There's a lot of pros and cons to this new plan. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, I'm going to be a senior in the fall, so I've kind of already, I have the longer end of the stick here. I kind of have the best deal, I think. I'm already set. I'm living in the station at Mill Point.
Oh, congratulations.
So thank you. It's really, really nice. I'm excited.
Yeah.
But I just feel really bad for especially the underclassmen.
Yes.
The poor sophomores over here kind of have the shorter
tell me
end.
what you're going to have to do.
I'm kind of torn about it. I think it's a good idea that they're trying to group everybody together by class. I think that's a good thing, but having sophomores a lot of sophomores possibly live in the Danley flats. 8 to 10 people. They started 10 people in a flat.
That's too many people.
For freshmen, it's fine because you're trying to make new friends and you're smaller people. But sophomores, that's a lot of people.
Being upperclassmen, you should have kind of the right to choose where you live instead of having them place you somewhere? Like, would you rather be at a different spot on campus than Danley?
I kind of disagree what you were saying, how you, well, I mean, it's going to be fun to be with people like all in the same grade, but I know Kathleen and I are both in the Oaks right now, and I love being with like students that are other grades. You know, it's kind of nice to be able to interact with different people because your classes you're with other people. So it's like, will be nice, but I think it's hard, and having the ability to kind of move to the Oaks is like something to look forward to. I know coming from Carolina, like it was such a nice upgrade to move to the Oaks. So I kind of like feel for you guys and feel bad that like you might not have as much of an upgrade. But
I feel like this whole new plan is really contradictory of Elon itself, because Elon's whole message to students is, you know, connecting with each other and globalizing and getting along, and then now they're all of a sudden they're just being segregated. Okay, this grade's over here, this grade's over here.
It's really going to segregate each grade, and it's going to be hard to make like older friends.
Strange. I mean, I really look up to the older people who I know who go here or who went here, and I like having younger people look up to me. There's just kind of that connection there, and you can't get that if you're all separated.
And I feel like it's forcing a lot of people in your class to move off campus. I've heard a ton of people, and they're like already trying to apply for the petition to live off campus sophomore year, which isn't really what Elon wants. Like we really are trying, we do guarantee housing for freshmen and sophomores, and I know they're trying to get it guaranteed for juniors and seniors, but I think it's just pushing people away from campus, which is, you don't really want that.
What my question is like, if you're rooming with, if a sophomore and junior want to room together, where would they put them? Like
I don't know exactly, but I think, because I know
you
this
get the
is
better option.
Yeah, I know in the station, if a senior gets in and you have a junior roommate, that's fine. As long as the older person gets in, then they can bring younger with them. Yeah, but I just feel like Elon is being so strange, because also this new plan with downtown Elon, like Virginia's saying, they're kind of having everyone want to leave campus, but then they're going to knock down
everything
all of the off-campus housing to make room for this. So they're kind of trapping everyone to stay here, but living with these awful options. Like, I think Danley is gross. I never had to live
really
there,
far away
thank
from
God.
That's the hardest part
And
about it.
I could never. I just feel so bad for all of you.
Do you think it would be a big money waste to just knock down everything and kind of keep students here to rebuild new buildings? Or?
I think Danley should get knocked down.
Yeah, I think it's a privilege to be able to move off campus if you want junior or senior year, and it's something that I think you look forward to. I'm looking forward to.
That's my biggest issue with it. It feels like there's no privilege in going from a freshman to a sophomore, because a lot of people are staying in the same place, and a lot of people are going to the flats where you don't have your own kitchen, you don't have bigger
It's a downgrade.
rooms.
Danley is such a downgrade.
Yeah, for freshmen who live in Colonnades and Global, moving to Danley is a downgrade if you don't get the single apartment.
And I know as a sophomore, like going into the meal plan, like you're allowed to have a lower meal plan, but if you don't have a kitchen, then what's the point of having a lower meal plan? You're going to have to eat out or eat in or eat at the dining halls all the time. So
I feel like, it's messed up.
It works out.
I think you might have a chance. You know, it's going to take a couple of years to get going.
Well, I think it'll work out for everyone, but hopefully. But thank you, Kathleen and Joe, for being here. There's clearly a lot of passion behind this issue, and we'll have to see how it all turns out. So up next, we have Carrie, Abby, and I will take you back in time to some of the most memorable Oscar moments.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Every year since 1929, the red carpet rolls out for one of the most prestigious award shows in Hollywood. Yes, I'm talking about the Oscars. Instead of focusing on the most recent show, we thought we'd do a rundown of the Oscars through the ages. I'm here with Abby and Audrey to tell us about some of their favorite moments. Abby, let's start with you.
Okay, so my favorite moment, I have to say, was just last year when Jennifer Lawrence won the Oscar for Silver Linings Playbook, Best Actress. I think she deserved it. I mean, I love her. Who doesn't? Like, I'm sure you guys are big fans. Yeah, I just think she really deserved it. She tripped on the way up.
She did, and that dress was huge.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad for her. You know, that was her first big award, her first big thing since the Hunger Games. And she's going up in that big dress, the high heels, and boom, right down on the stairs. Like, how embarrassing, but she handled it so
she
well.
played it off. She joked about it. I mean, she won the Oscar, like, big night for her.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
nobody, I think, really cares that she tripped.
Right.
So, yeah, what about you?
One of my favorite moments was actually when Adrian Brody just grabbed Halle Berry and just kissed her, and it was just like the 6-second long kiss, and I don't think she was expecting it. Her face was just like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah, and that's just like such a light thing to do.
Yeah.
It's such a big event. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially
but
for Halle Berry, like you're
Yeah.
all dolled up, you're at the Oscars,
Yeah,
and
just bam.
Was
It's
she,
like,
like, dating somebody at the time?
I'm not sure. I think she had gone through a divorce like recently, and then she had just met like her late boyfriend, and
just like so unexpected.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like the tension and excitement is so high that like you just do unexpected things that you wouldn't expect to do. Like, I mean, Jennifer Lawrence tripping up steps, and then Adrian Brody just grabbing Halle Berry, and all the excitement just kissing her. So I just love. It's my favorite award show ever. So you know, I love the Oscars. So it's definitely one of the best.
And I also wanted to mention in 2007 when Ellen hosted last time, she's hosting this year again, and just like how good she did. Like, she made all the jokes, and she just like, I love Ellen, like just like
she's
I love
awesome.
Jennifer Lawrence, but I think she's a great award show host. So what do you guys think?
I think she, again, like as I said before, the Oscars is just such a prestigious event. You know, everything is la-di-da, to the T, perfect. And when you have someone like Ellen hosting, it gives everyone
brings that sense of humor.
A little humor.
Yeah.
Everyone takes a breath, you know, and gives the event more of a, you know, a light and fun feeling rather than being so stuffy.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. So,
well, going to the fashion side of the Oscars, another one of my favorite moments was, I think it was either last year or the year before, when Angelina Jolie wore that. She looks stunning. She has just always had a great figure, and when her leg was just coming out of
that,
out of the dress. Oh my God.
And
my gosh.
That was just like, I think her leg is more famous than she is now.
Because that was like kind of the Pippa Middleton rear end of the wedding was Angelina Jolie's leg out of the dress. That was amazing.
So I just
remember
absolutely love that
all
moment.
the media that was surrounding that leg.
So
There was like,
I definitely love the fashion side a little bit more than I watch it all like every year, and the fashion of just the red carpet, just seeing them all, and she just blew everybody out of the water
And
with her
one thing
leg.
about the fashion that's I love that they've been doing in most recent years is the Manny Cam, where they put the hands in the little runway where they can show off their nails. I think that is so cool.
It's
it kind
great.
of adds a little pop to what we're used to.
Sometimes they have like gorgeous rings on.
Yeah.
So the last Oscar moment that I thought of was when Anne Hathaway and James Franco hosted. That one was interesting. Like, a lot of people didn't like it.
A lot of people don't like Anne Hathaway, and I'm one of them.
I mean, I'm kind of indifferent about her, but it was a weird team to put together, I feel, in the first place. And then James Franco kind of seemed a little out of sorts. I don't know if you guys remember.
I feel like they were very stiff. Like, I feel like Anne Hathaway was very like out there and trying to put herself out there so much, and then he was just so relaxed and reserved, and he just wasn't like putting 100% into like
I don't know what they were thinking. Like, have they ever worked together even? I don't.
You know, I think it definitely was an odd pair. I think, you know, the laid back with the uptight, and Anne Hathaway is so uptight. Like,
she is. She's very eccentric.
Yeah,
too.
very eccentric. And so she was a weird choice.
I remember she did like a song, and I remember hating it. Like, I hated her singing, and she had like somebody else, some other celebrity, but I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird host gig, I think. And like, for the Oscars, just such a prestigious award show.
But I think that makes it so much better for this year with Ellen. Like, she's just going to blow it out of the water. And I think everybody's just going to forget, like, that ever even happened.
Well, we have to say goodbye to the Oscars until next year. But don't go anywhere, because when we're coming back, we'll be switching gears and showing you some breakfast options that only require a blender. Stay tuned.
As students, being healthy on the go can be quite a challenge, but today we'll show you that it's possible, and all you need is a blender. Here with me is Courtney, Lindsay, and Emily, who will be sharing some of their favorite smoothie recipes. I can't wait. Let's start with Courtney. What do you have for us today?
Well, I have a green smoothie. So it has spinach, banana, some frozen fruit to kind of mask that taste and make it a little
People
sweet.
get a little nervous when they hear spinach, but I love spinach smoothies personally.
It's so good.
You guys are hesitant.
I don't know if I would like the spinach and I don't know. I just
You really don't even taste the spinach,
but
you're getting all the nutrients.
add this together. Freaks me out.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So can you explain this like cup situation? Because this looks very handy
So
here.
I have a magic bullet. So
Okay.
it's kind of like it's like a mini food processor,
Okay.
and you can throw in whatever you want, and it blends it all up. So it makes it super convenient to make smoothies.
So you can literally take that on the go. Go ahead.
Tell us what it tastes like.
Mmm. It's good. You can't taste the spinach, I promise.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
really good. All right, Lindsay, what do you have here?
Okay, so what I have, and I have actually all the ingredients laid on the table for you, and this is my breakfast routine every morning. So I start off with putting 2 spoonfuls of Greek yogurt in the blender.
Okay.
Then I add the bananas, sometimes strawberries. I brought them just for show. Coconut milk and a splash of orange juice, and blend it all together. That's my breakfast.
What is coconut milk? Because I love almond milk and like soy milk, but I've not had coconut milk.
See, for me, when I've tried almond milk, I've tried rice milk.
Yeah, rice
Coconut milk for me, because I have such a sweet tooth.
Okay.
Coconut milk really sort of satisfies that without it being like without the real milk taste.
Right.
Yeah.
And I honestly like coconut milk is better, I think, in this kind of smoothie because you already have the dairy in the Greek yogurt.
Right.
So adding just regular milk to it it's kind of redundant.
Right.
So coconut milk just lets it
makes it a little sweeter.
A little competition.
A little extra.
Do you guys add ice to yours? Because sometimes I add ice if I want it like a little crunchy.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm not using frozen fruit, I'll add ice.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
Thanks.
Sorry, so you add ice?
Only when I'm not using frozen fruit.
Because I kind of like the crunch of ice a little bit.
Okay.
All right, Emily, what do you
Yeah,
have?
so mine has some ice in it. So I got mine from Women's Health Magazine. I saw it, and it's only 170 calories for the servings for the ingredients that they have. And it has blackberries, some non-fat frozen or Greek yogurt, some bananas, blackberries, honey.
Oh, honey, that's a good one.
And a splash of vanilla. And I really love it. It's good. It's a good grab and go. And honestly, I like to work out in the morning.
Right.
So, and if I don't eat, I'm like, oh, I can't make it through this run. So for me, it's really easy, and I can take it to the gym even.
So perfect right before you work out. You don't feel like
not
sick or
too
anything.
heavy.
Yeah.
So I really love it. Yeah, please try it. The only thing is sometimes the blackberries, are very sweet. So if you're into that,
I like it. No, I like that a lot.
I like the sweetness.
The Greek yogurt makes it like thick.
Exactly.
Which is nice.
And it's like kind of summery too. So
right,
it's nice
filling. Do you guys usually just do this for breakfast, or can you have it for snacks as well?
You can definitely do it for snacks. I like it for breakfast because I literally will get up, make the smoothie, and then go do my hair, do my makeup. It's great for multitasking. And
Right,
anyone
because you
who
can
knows
do it
me
and get
knows
ready.
I'm the queen of multitasking.
I feel like it's an awesome post-workout sort of thing. Like you can add a scoop of protein powder.
Yeah, do you ever add protein powder?
Sometimes.
Yeah, it depends. I haven't gotten into that yet, but I'm kind of interested to see if that.
I have it for lunch though. Sometimes.
You do?
Because I mean, you're so busy between classes. It's almost so easy to go home, mix it together real quick, and head to class.
Especially if you have a big glass, it really does fill you up.
Yeah.
Well, all these looks and sound so delicious. Let me see my favorite. It's probably gonna have to be Lindsay's. I think I like the coconut milk. You guys should definitely try that out. Thank you guys for sharing. Next up, Emily sits down with 2 hardworking students from the Office of Sustainability who will be discussing Elon's Recycle Mania competition and what we can do as students to help the environment.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back. Today I have with me student interns Michelle and Cole from the Elon's Office of Sustainability. Guys, tell us, what do you do to help reduce Elon's carbon footprint and how students can get involved? So basically, what does the Office of Sustainability do?
Well, my specific position is the communications intern.
Okay.
So it's my job to create a lot of awareness. I work directly under the education and outreach staff member for the office. And so I create a lot of media to, promote the events that we have on campus, such as Recyclemania and Powerless, the competitions that we're in right now. And Cole and I actually both get to contribute to a newsletter that is published every semester. And so part of my job is also to design the newsletter and write stories for that and come up with content for that. And so I think creating awareness is one of the bigger things that my specific position is for. And being a communications major, I am aware of how important that is, because we really want students to know exactly what's going on and how they can get involved.
And you can tell how much it's rubbed off on Elon. Like, I know so many people who have been going green, and ever since coming to Elon, they're trying to become more sustainable. So that's very impressive. What do you do exactly, Cole?
Yeah, and so a big part of being an intern is really collaborating with the other interns.
Definitely, teamwork.
What?
Teamwork.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm actually the green building education intern. So we have a lot of buildings on campus here that are LEED certified, and so it's my job to know pretty much all about all the features of the buildings here, which buildings have LEED certification. And if you see any digital signs or brochures of that sort, that's usually what I've made to help students be more aware about the buildings and stuff like that. So
wow, that's very impressive.
Yeah, but we'll do a lot of work together to organize events. I think that's
just build awareness on campus.
Yeah.
Now, I know you guys have 2 big events coming up, or one that has actually started. So Recyclemania started on February 2nd. Can you kind of tell me a little bit about what that's like? What's it about? Exactly, how students can get involved, Michelle?
Yeah, well, Recyclemania is actually a national competition. I think there are also some schools in Canada that participate, and so it's kind of, Elon is right now competing with a bunch of other schools in the nation. I think it's upwards of 300, schools that participate. So basically, how it works is we try and push, awareness of how people can recycle on campus, where exactly they should recycle things, and then Environmental Services works with the Office of Sustainability, and Environmental Services actually takes all those recyclables and weighs them, and then that's kind of put in the Recyclemania system, and there's on their website shows like the rank of how much, like how many pounds of recyclables we've collected, and compared to all the other schools that are participating.
Do you know how we're doing?
Nationally, we're probably like in the middle.
Okay.
But I know
that's better than at the bottom.
Yeah,
I guess.
but I know. I just learned that of all the schools in North Carolina, we are in 7th place.
Wow.
So not bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Cole, how can students, really try and get involved and help Elon move up in Recyclemania?
I think the most powerful way that we're going to get more students to recycle is by word of mouth. So I mean, I try to tell all my friends to tell their friends to recycle. So I think the main goal that we talked about was really trying to be a leader in North Carolina.
That's a good.
But I think that word of mouth is going to bring us up in our pounds per person is how it's measured. So.
And when do we have to do that until?
March 29th is when it ends.
Okay, so March 29th.
Yes.
And can you just quickly tell us a little bit about Powerless, Cole or Michelle, either one? Cole, why don't you tell us about Powerless?
Yeah, so it's a campus-wide initiative. The buildings are organized in 2 different divisions based on how many people live in the buildings.
Okay.
But essentially, the goal is in each division, you're going to want to collectively, as a community, reduce the amount of impact you have by your energy consumption.
Yeah. Okay.
So
lights off.
Lights off. Take shorter showers. Any cold showers.
I do that anyway, but I don't know about a shorter shower. That might be a little hard.
So anything to reduce not using laundry. Not using like a dryer. Maybe you want to hang your clothes and be very ambitious, but.
Okay, so Powerless, we have until.
That ends on March 19th. It just started yesterday, so it's a 3-week competition, and there are actually prizes in that one, since it's kind of a competition among the different neighborhoods, like residential neighborhoods. Students have to go onto the sustainability website and go to building dashboard, and you kind of do this little survey thing that's called Commit to Conserve.
Great.
And so you click on certain activities that you'd be willing to do, like one of them is, turn off your computer whenever you're not using it instead of just like shutting it down, or like shutting the computer. So little things like that can help, reduce your energy use. And so you have to do Commit to Conserve on the website in order to win the prize, which is $50 Phoenix cash.
Wow.
So yeah, everyone,
pies,
I think it's everyone. in the winning building, I think it's put in the drawing for that, but only the students that live there that have done the commit to conserve. So everyone has to go on the website and make sure they do that.
Perfect.
You can also do the sustainability pledge too to get in the raffle.
Love it. I will be sure to do that. But thank you so much for joining us, guys. I really appreciate it. I know I'm inspired to help move Elon forward with Going Green. But that's all the time we have for today, so make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for your latest show updates. Until next time, this is ETalk.